And now, a little bit more.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hirac, Delest. We had a kind of a shorter episode today, but it is what it is, and we're here to do this. Do we? I don't think we have any questions submitted. Do you guys know?
Don't think so.
Look.
Oh, Jenna said, wait.
Wait.
Why is Jenna waiting?
Wait.
Jenna, what? Jenna.
She wants us to go back to this.
Keanu and Winona and vampires and horny. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was about to start typing in chat, but like I can just talk. Yeah. Bram Stoker's Dracula, go watch it. It's also got Gary Oldman.
I would be amazed if Jenna hadn't watched it at least once. At least
sounds
once.
like Jenna hasn't watched it.
It's early 90s too. It's like 92 or 94, so
Really? She said
it's
wait.
super hot Keanu.
You know what I watched the other day? Interview with a Vampire, and I liked it.
I mean, it's okay.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I don't like Ian Rice very much, but Interview with a Vampire is pretty good.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, see? Oh, I feel like Jenna knows.
Yeah, I think Jenna knows now.
Jenna,
anyways,
you get
We
it,
shouldn't
Jenna.
talk about this. This is a different show.
Well, we usually do socials at the top. I'm at D&DB Pod. Twitch is CZ. Twitch.
TV/CZ Drop.
Twitch.tv/CZ Drop. You can check out DungeonsandDraconBeams.com to find everything else you need. That's me. Hey, Nate.
Yo, my name is Nate. I'm sorry. I'm the Splintersmith on all things internet. If you Google the Splintersmith, you shall find me. I'm also on. I was on a show that's in hiatus right now called Sporadic Phantoms, and Soup Salad Sandwich exists. It's out there.
maybe.
I mean, there are episodes which are released. It does exist.
You can
Ephemeral.
listen.
I will eat a sandwich.
Eat a sandwich, Cory.
I don't know what I'm doing.
When you finish your sandwich, and not 1 fucking second before, Cory, do not give us anything until you finish your sandwich, but then you can tell us your social. Sandwich time.
You have to mime eating a sandwich.
We're gonna wait
Just
here.
quietly.
He's gonna leave, and we wait in silence.
The worst thing is he doesn't have any bread, so he's got to go to the store.
Damn it.
Yeah. Find peanut butter and
Oh
or
boy, that was a good fucking sandwich. So,
Oh,
man.
he ate it off camera.
Great. Oh, it's so fast.
yeah. Hold on.
Hang on. He's got heartburn. It was a spicy sandwich.
Too much
That was,
spicy mustard.
Pepperoni.
So I am at Rum Renegade on Twitter, and yeah, I'm rarely there, but you can come talk to me if you want. It's kind of like the Void, but sometimes when you scream into the Void screams back. Really come to our Discord and talk to me. Like we mentioned, our stream goal for this one is getting a new person in the Discord. So if you're watching this or watching back on it and it's been close enough and you want to give us a little bit of extra experience, come join in the fun. We're pretty active in there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and I put cute pictures of my cat, so that's also something I like.
Hi there, Dexter. Hey, Alex.
What's up?
Your turn.
All right, you can find me on Twitter at AlexAntBirds, and that is where to find me personally. Otherwise, I'm on podcasts. I'm on Animorphs Anonymous. I'm on this one. Soup Salad Sandwich is out there, and I'm on that one. What else? I don't know. There's others. Horse Girls. There we go. That's the one that I was missing. It's because we started talking about vampires, and like, listen, I can't spoil anything, but let's just say become a Horse Girls patron, and this will pay off.
I
That's
can spoil
why-
something, but I
Why?
won't. 'Cause that would be rude.
Hey,
So
Do the
you're-
horse girls turn into vampires?
You're a Patreon subscriber. You'll
I don't
find
look
out.
at Patreon.
What
You
if that-
fool! You
I just
absolute
gave you money
fool.
so I could name a horse something stupid. That's
Oh,
all
Oh,
I
you
wanted
get
to
other
do.
benefits too.
Wait, what
you
was
did name
your-
your horse Hot Lava Spaghettios, but
that's
you get other
yours?
benefits.
Do you
too.
know what mine
Yeah.
is, Nate?
No,
It's the Terminator.
that's pretty good.
What if the
pretty
Horse
good.
Girls were a new superhero comic book? Horse Girls!
Yeah, let's do it.
No,
now you
speaking
just
of
did a thing.
superhero
Now you
comic
just did a
books-
thing we have to do, Austin.
Hell
Thanks.
Shape of
Alex,
Thoroughbred!
Alex, what other superhero comic book podcast are you on?
Oh, I'm on Cadmistic Crisis. This is a Superboy podcast. I haven't
You
done
should
the
probably
Is
have like a list, maybe, of
The
that you should
credits
read.
rolling are just Alex's podcast.
week. It switches week to week. So like some weeks I'll be like, find me on Cadmistic Crisis, and then my co-host on that show will be like, we've been in hiatus. You need to stop telling people that. And I'll be like, okay. And then, like 2 weeks later, I'll be like, so anyways, I'm on Cadmistic Crisis, and they're like, Alex, we've been in hiatus. You got to stop.
Tell them to get off a hiatus.
Yeah.
What?
Cancel it or get off a hiatus. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking say I'm on this podcast.
And while we're doing socials, I'm going to just go ahead and give a shout out to the Badass Women of D&D. Tiny.cc/Badass Women of D&D. Alex and Jenna did a amazing show the other day on International Women's Day based on the Taskmaster's Question Master. They had a fun time, and you guys should go check them out. Donate if you can. Links in the chat or tiny.cc/Badass Women of D&D. Do it. Don't complain about it. Just do it.
I got it taken care of in the chat because Austin can't spell charity.
Yeah, I always think it's the girl's name, Charity, not Charity.
It's still not spelled
that's spelled the same way.
Where?
Yeah. Sure.
It would be
You guys,
name would
you
be
guys
spelled the
know
same way.
everything. You guys know my life.
I don't know everything, but I do know this, my dude.
Yeah, CHARTIE.
No,
Oh shit.
that's not how you spell the name Charity.
That's
Oh,
Charty. That's
Charity.
Charty.
That was also Charity.
Pretty.
ARITEA.
Austin,
Yep.
go try to spell banana.
You got it.
I feel like you got this one, Fergie.
Bananas, yes. Hey, do we have any grant rumors?
Yeah, we did get one.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
grab that.
Austin, if you ever play on Questmaster, yours is just going to be a spelling bee.
Dude,
Shit.
if I play a character that's good at spelling, I'll be good at it.
I would oh my god, and then if you like roll super high, no matter how you spell it, we have to. Fuck.
He's good at D&D.
That's amazing.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's D&D.
We did have an Algal rumor. Hers are usually pretty good. Except for that one time where it was shit. That's never happened. She says, I heard Grant went legit and started a cleaning company.
Finally. It's not, they got it
It's
confused.
hardly a rumor.
Yeah, they got it confused.
I
It's,
mean-
it's not a cleaning company, it's a laundering company.
You dork. I mean, listen, he cleans up at Ricky's place. He keeps offering to clean up at his friend's house's place because he goes and does rude shit for unknown reasons to them. I don't think it's a company unless you're getting paid, and I mean, I guess Ricky pays him, but probably not much. Wait, no, Ricky would probably pay him a decent amount.
Canon.
Yeah, he's got kind of a cleaning company, I guess.
Yeah, he does now. Thanks. Algal, your rumor became true. Grant is starting a cleaning company. He has one employee. It's Chad, and Chad doesn't even do the work. He makes a robot.
He makes a robot, and then he goes and picks some stuff up.
Chad
Fills it
makes
out
the
of
Roomba.
yeah. You know how I was in Zach's closet and couldn't find a fucking ball this big, but then Chad puts his fucking robot in there and goes "Dink," like it's a claw game.
You never
That
do
was
this.
just-
Yeah. What'd you say? What did the end say?
What?
What?
I didn't hear the end of your sentence.
Oh, but Chad grabbed
Not
it like
you.
it was,
Ah,
I
you
said,
shut up. No.
that's just logic. And then the end of the sentence is going to be because it was in a bowling ball bag. That's why Grant didn't see it. But when Chad went in, listen, I was on a different journey. It's fine. Austin, what were you saying?
I don't know. This is what I don't
Dexter
know.
was looking at me like, why did you go? Why did you get up?
Why do you
and
keep
stuff?
getting up?
What are you doing?
Well, do you guys have favorite moments from this episode? We'll start talking about the episode, I guess. This is a hard one to pick favorite.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Alright.
I don't. This episode was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, I think before we
Wait,
start,
I do have a favorite moment. Visser 2 sounds rad as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. Visser 2 does sound like a cool villain.
I can't wait to acquire him. Record.
I don't know that I can think of favorite moments without addressing the elephant morph in the room.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that. Q's not here. He had some stuff that he needed to take care of, some personal stuff, some issues, and me and him talked, and we decided that the best thing was for him to leave the show. So Q's gone. As far as how Reese turned out, I've talked to him about these kind of things and asked him if he wanted to help and finish it, and he had stuff he had to take care of. So, but no bad blood. It is what it is. He had to go, and we're gonna keep going. That's it. So that's the elephant morph in the room. Q is gone, but the show will go on. Yes, yeah. Picard, he will be missed.
It will.
And he did want me to give love to all the listeners and everybody, and say he had a great time playing, and to the players. He said his words were he treasured us, our role play, and our friendships. So thank you. See you one day. So now back to favorite moments of the episode that we don't have, because this episode was a lot of fucked.
Yeah. I mean, just necessary setup for a character getting written out. I think there are going to be some cool stuff that comes out of it, and like this side plot we're having to do of, we just saw this guy that we're getting to know and trying to fight this war with fucking eat it because he decided to go rage mode and do something extremely foolish, not to mention attacking Cameron to do it. So like I think there's some cool stuff narratively that can come out of that, but like, was it fun to do? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I don't know if fun's the right word, favorite, but I really like that we're starting to get a lot of Yeerk activity. Like, we're starting to see all the interactions and whatever, and I like the touch of like the green sashes.
Yeah.
Because if you read the books, the red versus blue is prominent.
Yep. I think they had like armbands or something in that.
They were, yeah.
This is a cool narrative thing that I'm gonna put as most hated moment. The Reese death notwithstanding. Fucking all of these children were already Yeerked by the time we got there. There wasn't shit you could do about it.
Yeah.
Never saw that happen in the books, I don't think. Never saw anything where they were like, we're gonna go save. Never mind.
Yeah. So, fuck you for that.
Yeah, that sucked. Fuck you, Austin.
Yeah. Well, I wanted you guys to have Yeerk stuff. This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
No, you can't invoke that.
I guess we could have did something else.
I guess on the, less gloomy side of things, I'm hyped for Andalite. I am hyped for getting Daenerys out of the ocean. Austin is going to do his Austin thing and his shitty little grin that he does and say, well, we don't know what's going to happen, but...
there was a really important pronoun that I heard that may come up.
Also, I will say one part of the statement you just said is false. Without giving anything away. Not you.
Oh.
One part of the statement.
Maybe it's not Daenerys. Interesting.
That Cory said was that.
Something I said was wrong. Interesting.
You never know everything. Maybe I won't put my twist in it. Maybe that was the wrong...
Picard says, get them out of the sake. Get them out of the ocean for sake.
That's it.
We're getting there. It's a tough thing to balance, Picard, knowing what we're supposed to do as avid fans and playing the characters and what they would know to do.
As Grant said, it is not a good moment to just go dive into the ocean. But like,
we're gonna
I want to do it. But yeah, no, we gotta do some shit.
like. I think we can try to do it the same night. I probably shouldn't be metagaming this, but if we can get the van dropped off,
me with one morph left, do you think that we can do this without a long rest? I think not, my dude. I think I need to go to
you only have
bed.
one morph left.
Makes sense because
Yeah,
Savannah
that's
has
fair.
work the next day, so we have to wait till after work, anyways.
Fine. Zach will be talked into it.
Maybe Zach and Cameron just go.
Yeah, that'll be great.
I will run that solo session with you right now.
Guys, Alex, Cory, we need you guys to get off the call. No.
Get the fuck out.
Daxter, you want to play?
Daxter can join.
Meow. I debated for a second just dropping off the call, and if that wouldn't have screwed up your Hirac Delest scene, I would have been so far out of here, you don't even know.
So, promise you won't leave now before I tell you something. Promise, Alex. Alex?
You
Alex?
can't make someone pre-promise the reaction, Austin.
You can too. Watch. Alex, do it. Promise me your reaction won't be a hang up.
I'll do it for you this once, but if you betray me, it will reflect on future answers.
It wouldn't have messed up my call because I just used the Zoom.
Oh.
I knew that's what he was going to come back with.
God damn it.
Alex, do you have any memorable, because we'll say memorable moments instead of favorite moments for this?
Yeah.
If you want memorable, I can tell you the one that I fucking hated the most. That I was directly involved in and can control and everything. And that was being the person that suggested the plan of going to our beloved friend's house and planting evidence that he ran away. And I was like, well, Savannah would come up with a plan like that, but this feels so fucking shitty.
While I was like playing Cameron during like all that, I wanted to kind of do a thing where it was going to be like, you're already making plans to, but then like Cameron with his way of thinking, it made sense because like it's war, and that's what he was getting to when he was talking about the war, but just kind of trailed off. But
it was a nice, for me, it was a nice echo of future Cameron and Megamorphs, because that was the answer he gave Savannah too for the decision. So I appreciated that.
And he tried to get to drive the jelly bean. That was another. I tried to hint to the Megamorph stuff, but this is a different reality. This one, Grant can drive the jelly bean and not Cameron.
Kind of.
Well, it was only the timelines coming together why Grant could drive the jelly bean. So wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, you know.
Yeah. You never know. This is Doctor Who now, and I'm the Doctor. You guys are all those evil robots.
Well, and with
Daleks?
with Reese gone, it would be wrong to feel wrong to use the jelly bean anyways, and now it's been made in such a way that like I think it's probably gonna go to Oscars and Rust. We can have it there for an oh shit button emergency if something crazy happened, but I think it's probably just gonna go there and stay there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, like the Reese thing, I think it's going to play a really big part in the story and motivations for not just Cameron as a character, but I think in ways it's going to affect everybody. But I think one of my favorite moments, if I had to pick something good, is the way you guys all worked as a team. Like, there were some back and forth, like, questionable conversations that sometimes, like, people questioning orders. But for the most part, you guys did the plan, like, came up with the plan, executed it, whether it be running, whether it be infiltrating. And I feel like you guys took cues from each other really good. Like, good job. That was my favorite moment to watch you guys.
I mean, narratively speaking, it was very cool to have Grant do the thing where he's like, I don't care, I'm gonna fucking kill him. They, infested all of these kids, and then being talked off of that ledge because Grant can't see the forest for the trees. And he's focused on what's in front of him. So the idea of Zach saying, you'll expose us, don't do this, like that sounds so big picture that Grant's like, no, I gotta do this now. And Savannah's like, we're not in battle morphs, and it takes us time to do that. And if you do that, we're literally sitting ducks for a couple of minutes. That's like, okay, fine. And then getting talked down off of that ledge and turning around and watching Reese suicide into a group of people, and now they're a man down. Grant very much is like, he wasn't being quite that extreme, but there is an element of that, of looking in and going, I just tried to do that. He didn't, but that's what it feels like.
That's a good comparison to draw too. Like, now whenever somebody does want to do like the solo thing, there's a point of reference like why you shouldn't. Like, of course his was like off the cuff, off the wall stuff, but
yeah,
it is kind of a warning.
Our head count is less now
Yeah.
because someone decided to do that. I hate it because it complicates everything, but narratively I am interested to see what happens with the fact that my deception check for making it look like Reese did his stuff in that room went poorly. Because this is a meta-narrative thing. Grant has no way of knowing that.
Yeah. Yep.
Nope.
I don't know. Is there any other stuff you guys wanted to talk about? Any questions you guys like? I don't know if I can answer them, but if you guys have questions, I know when I watch podcasts and stuff like this, I like to hear, even if the DM can't answer it, I like to hear what the players are thinking about things if they have them. If you guys don't, it's all good too. But if you gotta throw them,
I mean, I'm just interested to see what happens with the Sandalite character, and if that's going to be playing in the way that it was in the original thing. Excited to get to it, but don't really know how all that's going to shake out. I suppose.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I suppose, since we've got some time, if you don't want to do this and you just want it to be something that comes out, bleeds through the cracks in ways that things happen, but we could talk about what we did during the break, because
that's a good idea. That is a good idea to get. So there will be some stuff that will come out through gameplay, and there will be some references too that the players during this month off. There's a month between Megamorphs and this, and they had a bunch of stuff that they did in between. I'll let you guys go into that a little bit, and then basically we'll just have a conversation with it. We can tell each other stuff. When Cameron and Reese are in the picture, I'll kind of let you guys talk for them and stuff. But yeah, let's. Who wants to start that about the break stuff?
I think
I will.
I was gonna say I think Nate should, because a lot of Savannah's and Grants are tied together.
So I think the first thing Zach would have done is started setting up. I mean, Chapman was moving in next door the next day, or the same day as all the Megamorph stuff was going down. So he probably would have had Chad come over and help him set up some surveillance stuff, some spy equipment or whatever. Maybe there's one of them stores in the mall that sells all that kind of shit.
Radio Shack Plus.
Well, no, they have I don't know. Maybe you've never seen one, but I've seen like a store where they sell a bunch of spy equipment.
Oh,
and
yeah,
we should come up with a name for it at some point. But yeah,
the name of the store.
Yeah,
there's something better there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Bugs
anyway,
and slugs.
What?
Bugs and slugs. Bugs for spy equipment, slugs for, spy shit. You shoot people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm doing my best.
That's not bad. Bugs and slugs. I like it.
we could also do What's another word for spy?
Dick.
Yeah.
No.
That is one though.
Yes.
Agent.
Well, not for the thing I was gonna do. I was gonna say surveillance children, and it's like, it's like all of it is like the idea of like babies for spy kit kind of stuff, but it's like very off-brand themed to look like spy kits merchandise, but like
Watch for
legally distinct.
Infant investigators.
God.
Juvenile. I can't think of a J. Why did I go juvenile? Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, setting up a bunch of surveillance stuff, and also working with Bart and Chad and Reese and Cameron at the cabin to set up like some traps, like some basic perimeter traps, like Fallout style cans on a string, and pit traps, covered with sticks and leaves, that kind of shit.
Zach was like holding trainings too on some of the weekends, and I know Savannah and Grant didn't go to all of them, but Cameron, Reese, Bart, and Chad were at everyone.
Well,
there was
Bart and Chad
everyone
weren't.
everyone that they could come to, they would. And even when they couldn't, they would sometimes find out, show up, and Zach would make them leave or go.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've really clearly established was like, Bart and Chad can help us with stuff that's like passive, but like I don't want them to know our battle tactics and shit like that. So I might have like the first time around, they might have known that training was going to come up. Like I was going to try to get, I don't know, run some drills or something, go through some new morphs, and like make sure that we've got got control of them and stuff like that. And if they showed up, it would have been like, no, wait, no, you guys can't be here, and kick them out. We also had said that like there was a running thing where I kept trying to have training and like people couldn't make it or wouldn't come, and it just never actually got where it all worked until like the last weekend, where like we had like one big thing with everybody.
Yeah.
Like we had like one successful training thing with everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that was at the cabin, like mostly running through. I think we were using the caves as. This is how I envisioned it. I didn't say this, but I was figuring we used the caverns as kind of like a danger room.
I would like to submit that I'm sorry. Go.
No. Carry on.
I would like to submit that I think that the big takeaway from the end of that was the importance of sticking together and not jumping in on your own. Like that was the big thing that we talked of, that training. At the end of it, we talked about the importance of sticking with the team and not jumping in on your own.
Oh, yeah, like maybe there was a point where somebody went off and did something different because they thought it would be better.
Yeah.
And then it ruined everything. And we went, no, see? This is why you don't do that.
There was also Zach was gonna make a bunch of TikToks.
Yeah. So Zach's really, and maybe it's Nate, but somebody is really diving into the like keeping up appearances and like we can't let anybody know what's going on part of this. So Zach hasn't like made a TikTok in a week, or so after the Elfangor crash, and that's really unlike him. He's usually one or two a day. So because he knows that his time is going to be so limited, he takes as much as he can and stacks up like 200 drafts or something, just a shitload of drafts in his TikTok using different outfits and different weather, like so that it looks like it's being done throughout however much time it can be, and he posts them. Really, it takes like 1 minute to post them. Go ahead.
Do you think that you would have because like one of the things that we talked about is having Chad and Bart help in ways that like make them know that they're being helpful but not giving them actual information? Do you think he would have tapped Chad to help and explain that like I need appearances to keep up with the TikTok stuff, can you help, and like get like his help with the drone and like technology stuff to help with the TikToks, or do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think actually that's a good point. Yeah, Chad was probably there. Cameron was definitely in some TikToks. We talked about that because the first time that Zach and Cameron really hung out, Cameron was like, "Hey, you want to do a TikTok?" Zach was like, "Nah," which was really Nate misunderstood the assignment, but it came off like he just fucking hated Cameron, and that's not the case. So Cameron's been in a bunch of them, as many as he wanted to be.
One of the things
Doing cool TikTok dances and
yeah,
shit.
we talked about like the TikTok would be like Zach doing a skateboarding trick, and then there's like all kinds of different ones, but Zach lands the trick, and then you see either right in front of like the camera pans over and there's Cameron, or he's like somewhere in the distance that you can't really see him. But whatever, after the trick finishes, Cameron starts doing a Fortnite dance. They're different ones, but he's either right in front of the camera where you can see him, or somewhere obscured in the distance where it's hard to see him.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely a couple of transition videos where like it's Zach and then suddenly it's Cameron doing a TikTok dance and then it's Zach again.
Yes.
Like skating by. Yeah.
Cameron
oh my god,
just flossing in the background of video.
Well, but what would be so fucking funny is if you could cut it in a place where there was pillars, so it comes in, you see Zach skating, and then Cameron just slowly on the skateboard doing a TikTok dance, then it hits the other pillar and it's Zach on the way out.
Maybe like there's a day where everybody comes together and just starts throwing ideas out for TikToks.
Oh my
for that.
He honestly, so Zach's probably been like texting the group like, "I need every idea you have, good or bad." Because I'm running fucking dry. And like the other problem is that he's got to do enough stuff that so there's going to be trends 2-3 months from now, and he knows he's not going to have the context for it, so he's got to try to still fill in those gaps.
Grant also told and Austin, you can say how much of this you wanted to actually happen or not, but Grant also asked Cameron to record football players that are part of Charles's gang, and I believe that what you said was Cameron was going to run that by Zach, and Zach was going to tell him not to do it and talk to Grant and say why he told him not to do it. So that happened as well. Cameron did not do that thing and relayed that information. And the thing I was referring to earlier was something that we were going to do.
Cameron did relay the information to Zach.
Yeah.
So
did Zach tell
not yet
Grant? Okay.
So if that comes up, it'll come up. But
cool.
We'll see how it plays out. Okay, yeah. So I think that pretty much covered. Like, there's some other stuff Zach probably did too that we can get to.
I think Grant probably helped with some of the TikToks. You know, that's the running thing that has happened before.
What about Grant and Savannah? Because I'll just give you real quick. Cameron and Reese, they did tag along with Zach a lot. Reese stayed a lot to himself. He's been. This is actually what Q was planning on for Reese. He's been separated from the group for most of this. Like, he comes for the meetings and whatever he needs to, but other than that, it's been pretty distant. Cameron works out, goes to football. Well, football is probably over now, so he's
time for basketball season.
He doesn't play that sport. He hates it.
Oh, wow.
There's your Cameron fact.
Cameron probably, while working out, didn't get a spotter or something because he wasn't thinking about it. An idiot blew his fucking back out again. Didn't matter.
But he fixed it immediately.
He was just able to fix it immediately. He's just like, son of a bitch.
Cameron morphs if he gets a scrape.
One day Cameron's gonna come in like, oh, we have to go into the sudden battle. He's like, I only have like one more left.
I had the same thought. I had the exact same thought. Like, we need Cameron for a battle, and he's taking a nap because he's done all of his fucking work for the day.
Yeah.
Because he was like trying to cut an avocado and like kept fucking.
Oh, I cut my finger earlier.
Fuck. Let me try again. Fuck.
I think, Alex, do you want to that's a clicky pen, I need to put that down. Alex, do you want to, I think it'd be a good idea to have like us talk about what Savannah and Grant are doing solo, and then we can both talk about what the things that they're doing together are.
Absolutely. Let me open my Savannah's individual month off plans document. Done. You want me to go first or second? Or Austin, do you care?
I don't care.
You do it. I want to hear.
Okay. Okay. So Savannah has a long list of things to do. First off, this one kind of overlaps with Grant in a little bit of a way, but she is starting to feed the crows on her roof just because her parents are gone, and now she's just going to create an army of crows for fun and train them to bring her stuff back because she's wanted to do that. Also, Alex has. This is unrelated.
So can Zach start calling her the murderer?
Yeah, if you want. I don't know that she even told anybody. She was just like, my parents are gone. What have I always wanted to do? And now that I live alone, I can finally do it. And she was like, I'm going to feed the crows on the roof finally, and they're going to bring me stuff. Like, literally, this was her thought of going into this. So, yeah, well, she was on that. She's also been researching. So basically, she went on this whole other side mission to find out about what happened to that wolf that got rescued that she injured as the moose. And so she's already talked to Helga about it, and she told her what she knew, which was almost nothing. So she's just started doing all this like recon on rehabilitation centers that are within a certain distance that can handle large predators and that kind of stuff. And so she's just started researching that. She started researching Cameron's family a little bit after following them that one night, and has been looking up what happened to his siblings and kind of creeping on Cameron. Let's
good.
See. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, innocent, wholesome stuff.
That's healthy.
I wrote this privately to Austin. I didn't know we'd be admitting this out loud on stream.
That's my fault.
This actually came up in conversation after I wrote it to Austin. She has been just looking up different migration patterns of whales in the area.
Fuck yeah.
And then it came up in conversation. I was like, oh, great, I've already been doing this.
That works out.
Hilarious.
Spending time with Possum, and if Cameron's ever around, she's been inviting him after the whole Megamorphs thing to go. I don't know that he ever has, but she put out the invitation.
He has been. He is at Pacific Towers more than he normally is now. Like, he's been coming there more.
Even if he was, I don't know that he would say yes to that invitation. Like this creeper with a dog inviting me to the park.
He's down. You could murder him and he'd be like, alright,
Hey.
what do you need?
I mean, I don't know that you could murder him. I tried.
He's strong.
It didn't work. I died.
Strong.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different version of me. Anyways.
We miss him. No, we don't.
No, fuck him. He
Oh,
sucked.
he sucked.
He sucked shit.
The only other thing that Savannah was doing was she did try to tail Xander somewhat, but has failed repeatedly. So.
Oh, we've all been trying to find Xander. You made it a point to say that, like, no one's found him. But, like, after the Yerk River, Zach's been trying to find him, and he's actually asked Chad to look out for him. Try to find him. I'm also... I guess in a roundabout way, I've been gauging Chad's, like, capabilities. And as someone, like, I have an Arcana of +6. I have a decent tech score. This kid, real fucking good. Like, better than me good.
Yeah, if you've... So, like, you're probably picking up just because you know technology really well. This guy is... he's done some research, he's done some studying, he's good. He's, like...
Better than good.
Out of his league, out of his age league, out of what normal people of his age would be.
He's out of your preset human limitation rules. Good.
No,
Okay.
You can only have those as a human unless there are special circumstances. But there are things that will give you advantage, or you just know how to do certain things. Just different stuff that helps him with those things. And also, it doesn't matter how much you know, like, about computers. If you haven't had training to, like, in robotics, you probably can't build a robot right off.
Right.
Like,
I know that.
So that's
I'm just trying to, like, use it as a gauge to understand, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so basically, he knows robotics. He's really good with technology. He's only better than you at some stuff. Like, if your intelligence is a 16, his is not higher than a 16 as like mechanic wise. But he may have other stuff that he can do that you can't do just because he has training.
Gotcha.
Okay.
perhaps advantage on technology rolls or something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Decadent.
What else is Savannah doing by herself?
Those are all the things she was doing by herself.
Okay.
Is that not enough for you? I'm sorry. Did you want me to keep going?
Yeah, no, you're real slacking over there for sure.
Your room was a mess after the Megamorph stuff, just to let you know.
Oh, I
yeah, it was kind of ripped
aware.
apart a little bit.
It was very ripped apart.
Yeah, some things quite literally. Sorry. I feel bad about that.
I did not feel the need to specify she would clean up her room after that. Like, it would be buck wild to me if Savannah just was like,
fuck it. I'm gonna sleep on the couch now.
Yeah, nobody else is here. I'm gonna just move to my mom's room.
Sorry.
Hilarious.
I put down something and put it in chat. No, maybe not.
So Grant, a couple of things. He is still selling weed a little bit, but what I told Austin is basically he has kept his regular customers, which includes Cameron if he wants, but that's really the only one he could not do and keep up appearances at this point. But if Cameron still wants it, he'll still get it. So really, he's just keeping up his customer base to still have that reputation and be known for doing that, because it would be weird if, for no reason, he just stopped. I guess maybe the heat was getting too hot, and we can do that. But he's keeping up appearances, and still trying to keep an eye out and an ear out for what's happening with Charles and that, and seeing if they're gonna have stuff. But mostly he's gonna let Ricky handle that if that comes up. So he has a very strictly not accepting new customers. Because while that was something that was important to him to, try and keep fentanyl-laced stuff off of the streets and make sure people had clean stuff, it has become a non-priority in the largest way. At this point, it is completely for appearances. He is going to school. He has not skipped a day, though he's maybe skipped a class here or there. And as far as keeping up appearances goes with that, like he's at school and there are times where he's doing stuff, but I would say that he is still probably pretty rude to Savannah. And maybe they've had to talk about that, but we can get into that later. But I think he's probably just because he was still pretty rude to her in public. And he also has been at night, when he has nothing else he's doing some dumb Daredevil / Batman shit, and climbing up on rooftops and jumping from them to train his acrobatics a little bit more, because he thinks that that's going to be a good thing with the sneaky stuff, is to be able to climb up drain pipes and quickly get up ladders and hop from buildings. Just that kind of stuff. He figures that since he's going to need to be honing his skills at being stealthy and sneaky, he figures that that's going to be helpful. I also said that we've had it said before that Grant is not opposed to pain, because especially now that he can fix it, and he has had some painful things happen in his past where really it just doesn't faze him so much. It'll hurt, but he's got a high pain tolerance. So he didn't really practice in a safe way before deciding to go jump from rooftops. So he definitely falls 2 stories at least, and breaks both of his fucking legs in an alleyway at some point.
Dies.
Yeah, dies. Just he's gone now. But
somebody comes back to life. Grant always coming back.
Yeah, he just popped up. Yeah, no, but I think he definitely fell in an alley like that one scene in Spider-Man 2 at one point. But instead of having the superhuman Spider-Man thing, I think he might have fallen, heard the crack, and gone, I think I'm paralyzed or something, and broken both of his legs, maybe just and fixed it. Was that sucked. So he's been doing that. spending as much time with his cat as he can. You know, they're bonding, trying to get him on a good diet and figure out what his food and stuff is. You know, his mom helps where he can, but like she was fine with him getting a pet. I think that's up to you, really. But you know, he's trying to pull as much weight there as he can. But yeah, he's those are the things he's really doing by himself. You know, there was a mechanical benefit, you know, and a lot of that is justification for how I spent some experience on the parkour stuff, but I also think it makes sense for Grant.
Mhm.
And yeah, the other stuff that's happening is with Savannah.
You want to tell about that?
I think we do.
You want to go first or second? I don't even know which part you want to talk about.
Let's start at the top of mutual benefit, helping each other on the things where we lack.
Yeah. So Grant came to Savannah and asked for some help with biology homework. Obviously, Cory will correct me if this is wrong, but in part of the promise to fulfill to his mom, he wanted to get better at the schoolwork and keep up some schoolwork.
Yeah.
And she's pretty good at it.
He wants to at least be passing stuff, and he,
Mhm.
you know, biology is one of those things where like you really have to pay attention to what's going on in class. You can't really, it's knowledge that you have to learn and retain. You can't just like be good at reading a story or okay at math. You actually have to know this shit, and he hasn't paid attention at all.
Yeah. And Savannah, completely out of character, took this entirely too seriously, made a whole series of missions for herself where she was like setting shit up, and she went out and like staked out this spotted owl nest because they're in California, and like took them out to see these like fledgling babies and tried to explain all about biology and the importance of it, and how these owls were in danger, or like they're becoming endangered, they're going extinct, and old growth for like she went into it, trying to show him like the working knowledge of biology that you need to start to understand what you're going to be talking about in class. And I think we decided that Grant wasn't super pumped about this, but like he went along with it because
he went
was
along
enthusiastic.
With it. Yeah, he went along with it because Savannah was enthusiastic, and he's like, I mean, I am learning stuff, I guess, but like, damn.
Yeah, she went like literally like if you wanted like a level 7, she was at like a 14. It was out of control. Yeah, and then did you want to talk about the trade-off? And
Savannah asked Grant to help her not suck so much shit at lying.
I don't know what you're talking about. My lies were beautiful. I have to go away.
Now. I have to go away now.
I forgot. I have to go away.
So Grant...
that scene was amazing.
It was very good. Grant took her to a... it's kind of a dive bar that he frequents that he really shouldn't be at, but he likes the environment, likes the people, and they know him and don't kick him out because he just orders water or soda. Like, he's not trying to sneak drinks or anything like that. You know, he's not getting them in trouble. He just likes hanging out there. And Grant, you know, has Savannah observe and, you know, watch as he shit talks with people and lies about stuff that is nonsensical, and, you know, she's the shit, and, you know, hustles people at pool, and they hustle him back, and, you know, they just kind of, it's just you know, these people are nice, but like they look rough. It's like a punk bar. And the thing that Grant like really wants Savannah to dig deep into her head is man, we gotta stop saying stuff like that with the Yerks. What he says to her is lie about things that don't matter at all, so that it's easier to lie when something real comes up. So he has encouraged her to do that, and we also said that like at school, while they're keeping up appearances and stuff, they, you know, aren't like hanging out a ton there or whatever, but like they'll pass each other in the hall, and very quickly Grant will say, all right, lie to me, and she'll have to tell him a lie, and she'll, you know, ask him some biology fact, and he has to be like and then, you know, spout it back because he's been studying.
How cute of an interaction that is.
And then he'll be like, fuck off, or something like that, louder.
If Cameron ever hears you all do this, he'll say, "Oh, that's cute."
The interaction would be buck wild, not knowing any of that information.
So there's that, and then because of the studying help, the Grant is in on the murder of crows. Simply because Grant has a choromorph, because the way he gets into Savannah's apartment to help with studying stuff so they don't have to be seen is he doesn't just go through the front doors. She got him to help pick the lock to the roof so she can get open access to the roof. And when he comes and they, study and stuff, she's just got some of his books and stuff at her house, and he morphs crow, goes to the roof, morphs human, and walks down.
Nice. Staying out of the public eye.
Yep. So I think he probably has like a pair of socks and shoes at Savannah's house just so that, he can put those on and walk around and not always be barefoot if she doesn't want him to be.
A backup. The old dirty feet.
Yeah. They have been putting in the work to befriend these crows together while they're also, studying and lie practice and that kind of shit.
Befriending each other as well.
A little bit. Yeah.
Chad, if you guys have any questions, go on and shoot them. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I guess, and this will come up in character and has a little bit already, but like, I think there's also still some sniping at each other. There's like some snippery because we have such different communication styles that I think we rub each other the wrong way, even when we're actively trying to be kind to each other. So like, that stuff is still happening. Like, there is a lot of cooperation now and stuff, but like, Grant will be like, instance of like, come on, that didn't sound real at all, you fucking idiot. And like, he didn't mean anything by that, but man, was it rude. And she's trying her best. So, stuff like that.
To touch on kind of the NPCs, Cameron and Bart and Chad have probably been like, since like they're tagging around as much as possible, as much as Zach will let them, and Cameron is doing whatever Zach needs. I would say they probably spend a lot of time together. So like, but the relationship they kind of have is like, Cameron doesn't talk down to him, but he acts like he is in charge of him sometimes.
That's pretty funny.
So like,
of that,
Zach will be like, "Can you guys get the silo cleaned up or something?" And Cameron will be like, "All right, boys, get the brooms, do whatever," and all that, and just kind of play that up. But it is.
I'm gonna let that slide. Every time I see it happen, I'm just gonna be like, "Yeah, it's fine."
There is like a friendly demeanor to him though. Like they do get along and stuff.
Good.
That's good. That reminded me of one thing that would need to be mentioned. We had talked about this already and mentioned it as something that like all of us discussed and want to happen. Occasionally Grant will show up and like help with that stuff, and when he does, he tells Bart and Chad about different Yeerk hideouts they've found, different entrances to the pool, different operations that they've got in place, and like one or two of these is actually something that they have found out that is real but is minor enough, and then the others are complete bullshit.
Oh, okay.
We are playing damage control on if these guys ever got yeerked and we had to go completely in hiding, we want the yeerks to think that we think we know all of this information that's complete nonsense, so they're like, oh, they're incompetent. It's just a safety measure, and it's a web of lies that everyone agreed is Grant's to do.
Also, as far as them and the ward, Bart and Chad, Chad is raring to go. Like Zach has told him he's not getting in like the group. He's not going to be on these missions and stuff. But in his head, he's like, one day one day I'll convince Zach we can go. So like he's
Maybe one day he will, but
maybe
it's not today.
he's balls to the wall, ready to fight in this war. Bart. A lot of the times when this stuff comes up, he gets really stoic and doesn't talk a lot. So he's not as excited as Bart is. He does not want to not be in the war, though. Like, he's just not as eager. He's seen the Yerk pool, so he's not as eager to go running into a fight or anything. But
his demeanor is similar to ours. It's more, there's more gravity to it.
A little bit, but like even sometimes when you talk to him, it's like a little bit more like revenge. Like, they did this to me. They tried to take over my body. They took me by force.
That's
people
concerning.
I trusted, and he's pissed off for it. But he's very helpful. Like,
Got it.
he knows his place as well. Like, he knows he doesn't go into the missions.
One thing that I wanted to ask, and we're running up on time here now, but I did want to ask because it's definitely something that would happen. Like, I'm not following anyone, but I have monitored the situation enough. Do I know, at least tangentially, even talking to Ricky, what Charles's movements are like? Is he just going about business as usual?
Bart or Hank told you that the only person that was being pursued and all that stuff that happened was Charles.
Right.
I would say because Savannah followed him that night, you guys kind of knew where to look for him. If you checked back in over there over time, Charles would have been there for about 2 or 3 more days and then gone. He doesn't come back to the place where you guys know he was, and you guys didn't see where he went and left because it's just not enough of a priority for you guys to set up somebody to watch it at all times. So
I would ask Bart to ask Hank if he got arrested.
Well, Bart would tell you no. Also, we should address the Hank and Bart thing.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to ask.
Bart, after the Megamorph stuff was finished, there was some talk between Bart and Grant. Bart went back and basically told Hank that Grant sent him back. There was trouble with Charles. The reason Bart was all beat up was because of stuff that happened with Charles. Grant helped him out, helped him hide, and sent him back. And in a kind of a nod to Grant and like to say thank you and also to cover his own ass, nothing was said about the him taking Grant in. Bart would have reported back to you guys that he just told the department that it was a hit and run on his car. It was only him in there. He covered for you basically because Bart came back and tried to play it like Grant told him to come back, and Grant was doing it for Hank. It was a lot of behind the scenes. I didn't roll. This just happened. So
Grant,
that's how that was resolved.
If they've seen each other since, I don't know that they would have, but probably if it comes up again, Grant is probably going to treat Hank with a little bit of disdain.
I would say you guys probably avoid each other as much as you can.
Yeah, I would think. I would also think that if anything were to come up with Hank, and we'll get to this if it does, but like if Hank is there and like trying to put some pressure on Grant for anything, Grant's probably going to be like, really? That what you want to do?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
While it does work out in your all's favor that he's not saying anything, you still have the upper hand, I feel like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, not for the least of which that, like, any cards Hank had of trying to play it of, like, man, I'm just concerned and trying to, like, he used his power to try and strong arm Grant into doing it his way, and Grant's not going to forget that.
Oh. You shouldn't. Good job, Cory. There's no questions in chat. If do you guys have any other final thoughts then before we?
Do we want to? I mean, I'll say that I'm gonna go off the rails and do it the way Austin doesn't want to do it, but I think it's the first episode of the chapter, so it's fine too. I took
Oh,
a
yeah,
level
yeah.
in student athlete, and that is gives me an extra +2 to Constitution, which does some stuff. It also gave me a little bit more health, and the other thing that it did was it gave me advantage in acrobatics checks, which is what the training for the parkour stuff was doing. So Grant's training up his body a little bit more and getting better at certain things because he kind of gets what his role in these fights and these missions is going to be, and he's trying to lean into that.
One other thing I wanted to do with Zach was keep practicing ASL. So I might spend the experience to actually take it as a language, if you'll let me.
Yeah. So I was talking with Cory. I'm still working out the system for it, but there's ways that you can learn languages. There's also a feat that gives you it if you take that. But we can talk about if you just want to learn one language and stuff like that.
Okay. Otherwise, I haven't looked at my XP in a while, so I need to go spend some.
You got a lot right now.
Probably.
It's been stacking up. I think Cory's got it on this spreadsheet for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do. One thing that I will say about that experience you've got sitting there, classes are pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that I had sort of a build for what I wanted to do with Zach. I may go review that.
Yeah. I don't know if you've looked at Entertainer at all, but I think that'd be cool for Zach.
I think I already have Entertainer.
No, Entertainer is a...
No, I have Student Performer.
Yes, Entertainer is a separate class that has some really cool utility in it, and also is cheaper than some of the other classes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look. We'll have a look. Maybe we could stay on after this and go through it together.
Sure.
Alex, what did you spend some experience on?
I spent my experience on skilled so that I could use from the story of like learning about lying and stuff, and also going absolutely buck wild. I boosted 3 skills. I don't know if anybody cares, but I boosted deception, intimidation, and nature.
Nice.
The intimidation and deception, especially deception, being part of the conversations and learning with Grant.
I feel like the whole time with my lies, like keeping it pretty good, playing it real cool. Never once fucked that up.
Yeah, so when Savannah tries to lie, she doesn't have a negative anymore. That's super exciting.
That is pretty nice.
Yay!
And especially when Austin would be like, well, you could do like performance or deception. I'll let you pick either. I'm like, well, they're both -1. So
yes.
like, what do you want from me?
Oh, and Austin also leveled us up for going from the next chapter. I don't know that he's going to do that every time, but our proficiency bonus got better. So
proficiency bonus went up. They got more hit points, and they also got another feat called Catch Your Breath. You take cover and regain your vigor. As an action, you can spend a number of hit dice equal to your proficiency bonus. You may only use this feat once per day.
Nice.
So they got.
I got another morph perk before exhaustion. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, everybody did, because when your proficiency goes up, that goes up as well.
Nice.
So
I noticed there were changes, but I didn't notice all of them.
Cameron does have tough morpher. I don't remember if I took that this one or before, but
I gotta take speed morpher because it still takes Zach 10 fucking rounds to morph, which is ridiculous.
The only person that doesn't, I think, is Savannah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought everybody else had speed morpher at this point.
Nope. I was thinking about taking. Yeah, you do.
You're the only one.
You're the only one.
It doesn't take 10 rounds to morph.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I actually don't think Grant is going to take that. The way I think Grant's just bad at it. He's good when he's in the morph, but I'm doing other stuff to get more morphs. So like he'll have more constitution so that he doesn't get exhausted from it as much. But whereas Reese was in a strain, there's also like, especially like Marco and stuff at times, some people are just not good at it. So I think Grant's just going to be bad at it.
I don't know how much you came across. I'm going to start trying to play Zach as really, really, really time conscious, and like scared of the time. Like we're never going to get near 2 hours if I can help it.
Yeah, he had a really big scare, so that makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
Yeah, he did
I didn't have a lot of opportunity to make it like really panicky or anything, but this was a recon thing.
Perfect.
Um,
I'm looking at classes for Cameron. I think this athlete looks pretty good. I'll be out. But
Savannah has a lot of experience. Zach has a decent amount, but Savannah has a lot.
I'm wise in the ways of the world.
I say we should all hang out after the stream ends and level up.
Yeah, sure. I can go over some stuff with you.
well,
I look at this stuff a lot, and I'll just shoot Austin questions and be like, "Is this how you wanted this to work? What about this? How does this work? How
My
would this go
favorite
with
is
this?"
when he publicly rejects your edits.
I didn't know
that's
it was
pretty funny.
public.
Very funny.
I rejected an
okay.
edit Cory made and it sent an email to everybody that said, "Hey, guess what?" Austin said, "Fuck off."
Cory tried to fix my shit, but I said no.
It's funny too because that edit's been sitting there for months,
Yeah.
and every time I look at it, I'm like,
No.
that didn't actually need to be edited that way. That was a mistake that I made. So it's so great where I'm just like, that doesn't need to be there. And then he finally rejects it after months, and I was like, I've known that it was going to get rejected forever, but like now that it's actually happened, I'm like,
Sorry.
It burns.
feels bad.
Now I don't like it.
I'm not
Now I
gonna
don't
reject this
like it.
other one I see right now. I just did it. Not right now. Not right now.
Later, but not right now.
A little bit.
We had no Hirac
What is-
Delest questions. There were none.
No,
no,
we didn't have
no.
any.
Chat, you got to get it together.
They came
I
off
mean-
of Megamorphs. They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, there were good ones for Megamorphs, but that was a big thing. So really, we answered any questions that they had from Megamorphs in the Megamorphs episode, and yeah,
Unacceptable. I don't care. I'm going to tell Casey personally that I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
What did Future Possum do with his experience? Because he's got like
Yeah, he has what, like
a billion,
million?
trillion.
A billion?
It's like a billion trillion.
Yeah.
It is much more than a million.
He can fly and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can shoot laser beams out of his eyes and shit.
Breath weapon.
Teleport.
He's got an IQ of 287.
Listen, I don't know if you guys sleep well at night, but knowing that, like Savannah, knowing that she is an ally in a different dimension that can fly and shoot laser beams, feels pretty good.
I don't think I
I don't know
ever-
if you guys sleep good or not, but that was the best opening to the fucking.
I don't know if I mentioned, but Grant, before taking this student athlete, he did take one tough morpher, so he does get some extra HP on top of stuff in his
I remember
morphs
that.
now.
Because you got killed.
Yeah,
And you were
It's
like,
all-
man, maybe more HP would be good.
I mean, yeah, I had always been kind of thinking it, but it became more of a priority. The other stuff that I'm doing, and like, yeah, I'm building system stuff, so that's happening. That it?
That's it, I think. Next stream is on March 27th. You know what time? 11 AST, 10 Canadian, and I'm gonna fucking leave it like that.
Perfect.
All right, so AST is Eastern Standard Time,
Nope.
10 o'clock.
American Standard
American
Time.
Standard Time.
American,
AST.
yeah.
Yep, it's Eastern Standard Time. So
American
it's
time.
11 o'clock. Yep, American Standard Time is Eastern Standard Time at 11 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, and then the other one's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other one is Canadian, which is actually accurate. So I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yep, the C stands for Canadian, and you heard Cory say it was accurate. And now,
Yep.
hey guys, thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. Man, fuck Visor 2.
Ah, I don't know yet. Maybe.
Maybe.
Uh,
Alright, fuck that. No, fuck Visor 2.
fuck the yerk in Reese's mom's head.
Fuck that yerk.
And all the yerks on the little kids' heads.
Yeah.
To all a good night.